Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. After what turned out to be an okay Monday across eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. Wasn't picture perfect. We had some cloud issues from time to time, but we had some sunshine as well. The next thing this week that we have to look at as far as the weather is concerned is the change in temperatures that are going to come late this week. And I've put up the forecast lows for Friday morning because we do have a shot of cold Canadian air, cold for this time of year anyway, that will be coming in behind a cold front that gets through here on Wednesday. So we're going to bottom out in terms of those temperatures Friday morning, where we're going to see lows in coastal areas and in the warmer urban areas, mainly in the low and middle 40s, clear down into northeastern Virginia. And there'll be a lot of places that will be down in the 30s Friday morning across northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, the Hudson Valley, up through southern New England and points northward, and in fact, below freezing temperatures probable in parts of upstate New York and central and northern New England. So this is a cold shot that's going to come in fast and is going to go out fast. But it's the only major issue, if you want to call it a major issue, for this week because it is an uneventful week. And the other question is now going to be for the Columbus Day weekend because we have rapidly strengthening tropical storm Delta in the Northwest Caribbean, and we will get to the puzzle for the weekend forecast regarding Delta in just a bit. But in the meantime, just check out on the satellite loop going into this evening. You see there are patchy clouds up in upstate New York and New England and back through Pennsylvania. Along the coast, less in the way of cloud cover. And I think we're going to see some of these clouds hanging around tonight. There isn't too much else happening across the United States. We see the beginnings of the next cold front that is moving southeastward and heading into the western Great Lakes, and that's our front for late Wednesday. In the meantime, the swirl in the Gulf of Mexico, just north of the Yucatan Peninsula, or right on the Yucatan Peninsula, is Tropical Depression Gamma, which has continued to weaken, and it looks to continue to spin down. And this is going to allow room for Tropical Storm Delta, which is just to the southeast of it by about 500 or so miles, to take over and strengthen. We were wondering how this was all going to play out. When you have two storms together, it can get rather complex. But with Gamma spinning down and Delta revving up in a big way, that will become the main system, and it will probably strengthen into a major hurricane as early as tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to be watching that, of course, closely as it winds up heading into the Gulf of Mexico later on this week. Meanwhile, weather-wise across the U.S., it's pretty quiet. There's hardly any rain going on anywhere except for some showers up in northern Minnesota and also some showers up in parts of northern Florida. And that's just about it as far as rain is concerned. We're in a very, very dry pattern overall. Here's our surface map from this afternoon. We're looking at this high that is building in. Of course, the old frontal boundary is well offshore now, kind of stalled over central Florida. There's that area of rain up to the north of it. But this is our high for tomorrow and into Wednesday. And you see the next cold front that has dropped into the northern plains with some chilly air behind it. That arrives here Wednesday evening. Let's look at the Weather Prediction Center and what they're thinking here. Now, they're suggesting, based on some of the earlier model guidance, that whatever happens with Hurricane Delta after it moves inland, probably somewhere in Louisiana, seems to be the target zone this year, that we're going to see much of that rain spread up through Mississippi, Alabama, northern Georgia, and the Carolinas and Virginia, and then get suppressed just to our south. I mean, that was the original plan here with regards to how this is all going to play out for the Columbus Day weekend. But we are seeing some changes in the models that we're going to address in a moment. Meanwhile, just a piece of good news with respect to California and points northward in the Pacific Northwest. This pattern shift is going to bring in some significant rainfall, certainly enough rainfall that it will have impact on the remaining wildfires that are going on in the western part of the United States. So now let's jump over to Delta and see that it has really organized rather quickly today. It was upgraded to a tropical storm this morning, now almost a hurricane based on the latest reconnaissance aircraft. 984 millibars. The pressure has dropped some 15 millibars this afternoon. The plane is now going into the northeastern quadrant, and it's likely to find winds probably. The Hurricane Center is carrying 70 miles an hour, so when the plane gets done up here, I'm sure that will verify. In fact, just taking a look at it now, we're seeing the winds to the northeast running in the range of about 50 to 60 knots, and it already had reported southwest winds of 60 knots or higher at flight level. So this is going to become a hurricane. Here are the hurricane model forecast tracks skimming the northern Yucatan Peninsula and then turning northward, heading for southeast Louisiana late this week. We'll have to see at what kind of strength it's going to have, because it will become a major hurricane as it approaches the Yucatan Peninsula, and then we'll have to see what happens when it gets up into the northern Gulf of Mexico. The intensity models are very bullish here with regards to intensification. So here's our issue. Once it goes inland, originally we thought that a short wave in the northern part of this jet stream would come in and just kind of suppress everything, and this would turn to the east and move off the east coast, the southeast coast of the United States as a remnant low, or the mid-Atlantic coast, and maybe the rain would make it as far north as, say, the Delmarva Peninsula. But it looks like some of the models are suggesting that that northern stream, that northern part of the jet stream, is going to be much weaker, and this is going to allow this to lift up further to the north and east, in which case it will bring some rain issues here later Sunday, or perhaps if it's a little slower, it could be Sunday night or Monday. We have the GFS and European models going in that direction. Until then, we have no issues here. Tonight, other than just some patchy clouds, it'll be a cool night, 40s inland, 50s in the warmer urban locations and along the coast. Let's call it no worse than partly sunny on Tuesday. There's a little upper air disturbance moving through eastern New England that might clip Long Island with a brief sprinkle in the afternoon. But everybody else should be no worse than partly sunny. We'll be up into the 65 to 70 degree range for Tuesday, and then 70 to 75 on Wednesday as this cold front comes through. Looks like there'll be some showers of consequence in upstate New York and in New England with this, but the southern end is just dry. So I'll throw in the chance of a shower late Wednesday when the front goes by, and then it turns chilly for Thursday and Friday. We're looking at a breezy day Thursday with some sunshine and clouds and highs only in the low or middle 60s. And then, as I showed you before, we drop down into the 30s and low 40s Friday morning. Friday should be a sunny day with temperatures just in the 50s to near 60 at best. And Saturday to start the holiday weekend looks good with sunshine most of the day, and temperatures will be bouncing back up into the lower 70s. You can see how the GFS handles Delta, taking it into southeast Louisiana, and then it lifts it up northeastward. So it brings rain up to eastern Pennsylvania and southern New England late Sunday morning into Sunday night and early Monday morning before it moves out to the east. The Europeans about a day slower. So we're going to have to resolve that part of the puzzle here with regards to the weekend. And there's still the possibility that both models may be seeing this incorrectly, that the northern part of the jet stream is going to come down, suppress everything to the south, and that the weekend will be dry. So we'll figure that out over the next couple of days. There's no Joe and Joe weather show tonight, taking the night off, but we will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow.